Okay, now we are going to conduct another thermal experiment in control engineering laboratory, that is anti-wind up heated tank. So in the control folder you can find this anti-wind up heated tank experiment. So you have to click on that experiment to get this anti-wind up. So as I told you, it is a heated tank. Heated tank is there, and the working fluid is the water. So whatever the property holds for the water, no, all those properties is by default it is given here. Okay, so here initially we'll reinitialize the values to default. So all the values are now set to default values. So now we have to conduct the anti-wind up setup. So anti-wind up is also one of the control strategy in controlling the heated tanks. So here, what is the use of the anti-wind up? We'll come across what is the use of the anti-wind up and what is the advantage we are getting by using the anti-wind up setup. And we can know that by conducting the experiment. Now initially we have to set the point. Okay, so we have to set some desired point. Okay, so set point is also called as a reference point or a desired point. So we can set the temperature now. Now we are going to set it for 90 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now we have set it for 90 degrees Celsius. So here again this anti-wind up setup is also this anti-wind up setup, it is also connected with this controller. The controller here is the again the PID controller. We have a PID controller to control this anti-wind up. So once there is a PID controller, we can give the Kp, Ti and Td values. Kp is nothing but the proportional gain, Ti is nothing but the integral gain, and Td is the derivative gain. So here, what is the proportional controller? What is the job of the proportional controller? Proportional controller, it directly whatever the value is there, the gain value we are giving, that is multiplied directly with the error signal, so that it has to control the output. Okay, so that is the job of the proportional. And integral. Okay, so integral controller, it will check the factor, that is once whether the desired output is nearing. Okay, integral controller, it will start accelerating towards the output, desired output. Once our value is nearing, suppose we have set it for 90 degrees Celsius, suppose if the value is nearing to around 88 degrees Celsius, still it has to go for 2 degree Celsius difference is there. So that difference whatever is there, that difference should be accelerated. So the integral part of the controller will give that signal to accelerate so that the 2 degree is reached. Okay, and derivative controller makes the system even more faster. So it will think about what is the difference. Okay, that is if there is if it exceeds 90 degree plus, that is if there is any overshoot is there, that overshoot should be returned back. Okay, it should be brought to control again. So that part, that is the control, that is the control of the overshoot is actually it is done by derivative control. Okay, so now we have set it for the 90 degrees Celsius. Now we'll give the values for Kp, Ti, Td. So again we'll start from this same values what we took in the earlier experiment, that is 5 for Kp, Ti it is 200 and Td is 50. Okay, and initially without anti-wind up setup, how it is working, that we have to find out. Without anti-wind up setup, I have set it for IK anti-wind up setup, means it is without anti-wind up setup. So now we will run the experiment now. So I am running the experiment. You can see this. You can see this without anti-wind up setup, how it is behaving. Okay. So So you can see that for 90 degrees Celsius it has to go to that desired temperature. Okay, go to desired temperature. You can see it is exceeding 90 degrees Celsius, and you can see the fluctuation initially, and you can also see this error. It was plus 7. See, you can see this. Okay, so it is taking around 150 minutes to come to this desired value, and there was a large error initially to go to that temperature. Okay, so this was with respect to without anti-wind-up setup. Now I will set it for anti-wind-up. I will see what is the use of anti-wind-up setup. Again, I am setting for anti-wind-up setup and I am running the experiment. So you can see that. Set it for anti-wind-up. You can see how fast the desired temperature is achieved, and how the error is being controlled. Okay, how the error is controlled. You can see this. Okay, how the error is controlled. Okay, so this is the importance. This will show the importance of the anti-wind-up setup. Okay, it will not allow to go for a very large difference in the output. Okay, it will have a controlled output, so we can have a controlled output with a controlled heated water. Okay, and there will be no variation in that, and all the variation is taken care of. Okay, so this is actually because of the anti-wind-up setup. Okay, next again we can conduct one more trial by taking different values. We can design a different PID controller for doing the same thing. So here I've changed the values for KP, TI, TD. Now again I am without controller, without anti-wind-up setup. We'll run the experiment. See that what is the difference. Okay, so again there is a very large error is there. The error has increased, and the error persists for some minutes before the desired level is reached. See, and now, okay, now it came to the desired value. See here, earlier it was around 150 minutes. It took 150 minutes to go for that settling to that value, that is to reach the desired value. It took 150 minutes, and now because we are changing the KP, TI and TD values, we are designing a better controller. Because of adding the higher values, this controller action became very faster, and now it was around 115 minutes only we got the control. Okay, so now with the anti-wind-up setup, again if we run the experiment, the same experiment, see now you can see that the error is better controlled, and even faster, it is even faster it is controlled. Okay, so that is okay. And if you want to take any graph, you have to go to stop the thing, and you have to go to on the image. You go to the image, right click, you will get the export. You can export the simplified image, and you can save to the file, whether you want any file, or it will get export, and you can paste if any of the sheets, you can paste that. Okay, so you will get the graph.